Apple, a world-leading corporation. With tech products that everyone dreams of owning, iPhone, MacBook, AirPods. They have all become global icons. But on the other side of the globe. But there's another ambitious challenger to that throne, Xiaomi. The brand once dubbed the Apple of China is now rising to challenge even Tesla in the electric vehicle race. Can Xiaomi achieve what Apple could not? Let's find out right now.
When it comes to Xiaomi, many people immediately think of budget-friendly smartphones that boast sleek designs, practical features, and, most importantly, affordable prices for everyday consumers. Though it can't fully match the iPhone in terms of refinement, Xiaomi has found its way to win over customers with accessible pricing and a user-friendly operating system. The remarkable thing is that Xiaomi doesn't stop at just smartphones. They have a very clear ambition to encompass every aspect of consumers' lives. If you look at Xiaomi's ecosystem, you'll see they produce almost everything, from smartwatches, earbuds, and robot vacuums, to cat feeders, scooters, toothbrushes, and even mattresses. In other words, Xiaomi wants to create a Xiaomi world, a place where from the moment you wake up in the morning, brush your teeth, turn on the lights, have breakfast, until the time you go to bed at night, you're surrounded by Xiaomi products. This is not merely about selling electronics, but about building a complete lifestyle within its own ecosystem. However, 2021 marked an unexpected turning point. The US government placed Xiaomi on the blacklist, accusing the company of potential ties to the Chinese military and raising concerns over cybersecurity. This meant that US investors were barred from investing, and Xiaomi faced the risk of having its path to international growth blocked. The company's stock price plummeted. The market was shaken. And within the company, a big question was raised for CEO Lei Jun. If one day we can no longer sell smartphones, how will Xiaomi survive? That was a dire situation. And CEO Lei Jun's answer was electric vehicles. For a very clear reason. The EV industry was booming in China at that time. And with its strengths in hardware, software, and an existing IoT ecosystem, Xiaomi has the opportunity to make electric vehicles a part of the Xiaomi universe. At the same time, this is also a way to diversify revenue streams, to avoid putting all the eggs in one basket. Smartphones. Of course, it's easier said than done. A smartphone only requires around 1,000 to 2,000 components. But for a car, that number soars to tens of thousands of components and a massive supply chain, from batteries, motors, and sensors to every single screw. CEO Lei Jun candidly admitted, "I'm not a car expert." But instead of being afraid, he chose a smart approach to attract talent. Xiaomi began recruiting the top talent in the EV industry, from major corporations such as Geely, BMW, SAIC, and Wuling, with salaries and benefits that were hard for them to refuse. At the same time, Xiaomi not only bought talent, but also invested over $1.6 billion in more than 100 companies within its supply chain. And to assert its position, they even built an electric vehicle factory in Beijing. It can be said that Xiaomi chose to take a shortcut by leveraging speed, instead of starting from scratch. They immediately gathered the most crucial pieces of the industry into their own hands. The results of these bold moves came sooner than many expected. In 2024, Xiaomi officially launched its first electric vehicle, the SU7. What made the SU7 a sensation was that many people remarked it resembled the Porsche Taycan. But priced at only around $30,000, much cheaper than a European sports car. This is clearly a budget-friendly strategy, yet it still maintains the sense of luxury that consumers crave. Not only that, the production speed was astonishing. In just 230 days, Xiaomi rolled out its first 100,000 SU7 units. Meanwhile, many competitors in China took twice or even 3 times as long to reach that number. Priced at $30,000 to $35,000, the SU7 and its successor, the youuu, have become direct competitors to the Tesla Model 3 and Model Y. Xiaomi shares rose sharply. A surge in orders. It can be said that Xiaomi achieved what even Apple couldn't. But for CEO Lei Jun, the SU7 is just the beginning. He set a very bold goal. Within the next 15 to 20 years, Xiaomi must become one of the 5 largest car manufacturers in the world. It sounds grand, but the path ahead is far from easy. In the international market, the US imposed a 100% tariff on Chinese electric vehicles, virtually shutting the door on Xiaomi. The European Union, Canada, and Turkey also erected tariff barriers to curb the wave of EVs from China. Regarding domestic competition, while Xiaomi has only a few years of experience, BYD, on the other hand, had already become the dominant player in the electric vehicle industry, having sold millions of cars. Tesla, meanwhile, is the pioneer in the industry, even though it's currently facing a decline. But to turn its dream of becoming a top 5 global automaker into reality, Xiaomi will have to overcome countless challenges, from geopolitical issues, fierce competition, and even the task of building brand trust. Can Xiaomi truly rewrite the history of the electric vehicle industry? Or is this just a risky gamble by CEO Lei Jun and the Xiaomi universe? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
If you found this video helpful and enjoyable, please like, subscribe, and join us for the upcoming videos.